You are listening to the Daily Homily for Magdala in the Holy Land.
Jesus told his disciples this parable. The kingdom of heaven is like a landowner who went out at dawn to hire laborers for his vineyard. After agreeing with them for the usual daily wage, he sent them into his vineyard. Going out about 9 o'clock, he saw others standing idle in the marketplace, and he said to them, "You too go into my vineyard, and I will give you what is just." So they went off. And he came out again around noon and around 3 o'clock and did likewise. Going out about 5 o'clock, he found others standing around and said to them, "Why do you stand here idle all day?" They answered, "Because no one has hired us." He said to them, "You too go into my vineyard." When it was evening, the owner of the vineyard said to his foreman, "Summon the laborers and give them their pay, beginning with the last and ending with the first." When those who had started about 5 o'clock came, and each received the usual daily wage. So when the first came, they thought that they would receive more. But each of them also got the usual wage. And on receiving it, they grumbled against the landowner, saying, "These last ones worked only 1 hour, and you have made them equal to us, who bore the day's burden and the heat." He said to them in reply, "My friend, I am not cheating you. Did you not agree with me for the usual daily wage? Take what is yours and go. What if I wish to give this last one the same as you? Or am I not free to do as I wish with my own money? Are you envious because I am generous? Thus the last will be first, and the first will be last." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
When the Gospels were written, there were no chapters. So we had chapter 20 of Matthew, but hundreds of years ago there were no chapters. That's a very recent additional help for us to know what we're talking about, to find the passages easy. This became important once we had printed Gospels in books. It wasn't important before that, because people didn't have books, they didn't have a place to go to look for chapter 20. So if we take out this, it means that there's a direct flow from yesterday's Gospel. What was the last line in yesterday's Gospel? "Many who are first will be last, and the last will be first." And what's today's Gospel about? That the first will be last, and the last will be first. So there's a continual flow in the text. And sometimes we like to read this Gospel out of context. But the context is, it's an explanation of what that means, because the disciples obviously didn't understand. That's interesting, isn't it? It helps us to gather, and then it goes on. The next part we will have, we won't have it, we might have it tomorrow, but I doubt it, because we have the Feast of Our Lady, Queen of Heaven and Earth, on the octave of the Assumption from last week. But the next passage, you could read it yourselves, is it's skipping out to chapter 22. So this little context here helps us to see what's Jesus teaching us here. And maybe he's teaching us that we cannot establish in our minds who is first and who is last. And can we say we're first? Or can we even say we're last? And does it matter? It doesn't matter. What matters is that I am in God's love, and he is going to give me the just award. What more do I need? But we create problems for ourselves comparing. And we create problems for ourselves with envy. What do we have after pride? Envy. When we have envy, we have sign that we are proud. And these guys are comparing with each other. They got more than me. Try with children. They don't like this. They want everybody to have the same, because that's an expression that everybody has the same worth. And it is true. We should recognize the dignity of every person. But not everybody here is Saint Teresa of Avila. There's one Saint Teresa of Avila. There's one Thomas Aquinas. There's one Saint Pius X. Each one, we have our own vocation. And God says, come and work in the vineyard. It doesn't matter if he said this at the Sea of Galilee 2,000 years ago, or he says it today in Mexico or in Argentina. This is very interesting. So we need to get rid of vanity and envy and jealousy, because they just take away our happiness. And we need to live for God and follow the call when he calls us. This is beautiful. It's very free. It takes away a lot of complications that we make in our minds. Why did the superior send this sister over there and this one over here? Too many complications. Why was this one recognized and this one was not recognized? Too many complications. I am happy that somebody wins Nobel Prize. I am happy that somebody wins Olympic medal. God bless them. I do my little bit. Each one does their little bit, and we can be very happy. These workers should be very happy because they had work. Imagine the guys all day not working in the sun, but saying, I will not have any work. I will not have any money for my family. Everybody has trouble. Everybody has sadness. Everybody has challenges. And so we can live in God's presence. And Sister Cecilia, who read this text today about the shepherds, and especially the Psalm 23 of the Good Shepherd, the Lord is my shepherd. She understands this language because she and her fellow sister here, Sister Lula, they work with the Bedouins. And I was fascinated when I came to the Holy Land 17 years ago to walk. I used to go out almost every Saturday to walk in the Judean desert. I know all the valleys and hills there, and I knew a lot of the Bedouins, and they were walking with their flocks. And it was very interesting as a farming boy to watch how they did it, to see how they had to take care of their flocks in the desert. It's a whole lifestyle. And here we have then this is the background of the whole Bible. Abraham had flocks, Lot, Isaac, Jacob, King David. The shepherds came when Jesus was born. And they became the word for the kings. They were the shepherds of the people. But everybody is a shepherd. Every parent is a shepherd. Every teacher is a shepherd. Every coach is a shepherd. We all have shepherding roles with younger siblings, with neighbors, with friends, to look out for them, to take care of them, and to put people first. Sometimes we have our agendas. To put people first. And that's what the landowner did. He found people at the end of the day and he said, I will still give you a day's wage. Come and work in my vineyard. Very good shepherd. He is fair to the people who came the whole day. He goes out in the middle. He's looking for the sheep. He's looking for people that he can help. To look for people whom we can help. Sometimes we don't have to look too far because God gives us children, a spouse, some relatives who need help, who maybe are not well. So many places where we can have the heart of a good shepherd and be a reflection of Christ, the good shepherd.
Thank you for joining us today. If you want to learn more about Magdala, follow us on YouTube and on Facebook.